Good evening and welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers, or CACRAO, and StriveScan. We appreciate you joining us this evening. We have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. First, you can utilize the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Also, this is just one of many sessions taking place through the CACRAO StriveScan partnership, and we encourage you to check out the full listing online at cacrao.org. Lastly, a recording of the session will be made available within about a week, and so we encourage you to take advantage of that recording on CACRAO's website at cacrao.org. Now, I'd like to turn it over to our presenters so they can begin their session. Sorry to interrupt, Stephanie, but I think you've muted yourself.
I am so sorry. I was muted the whole time. Let's get started again. So hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Stallings. I am an admissions counselor here at North Carolina Wesleyan College. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. In case you haven't heard of us, we are located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And today I have with me Dr. Molly Wyatt, who is our interim provost, Ms. Taylor Stone, who is our director of student success and first year experience, and Ms. Leah Hill, who is our director of financial aid. We also have our director, Paige Wells of admissions, who is in charge of our chat room. So if you have any questions throughout this session, please utilize that and we'll try to answer your questions accordingly. But today we're going to get started with two brief videos, one highlighting some of our major aspects here on campus, and one is a greeting from our wonderful president, Dr. Evan Duff. So we'll get that started here today.
Greetings from North Carolina Wesleyan College. My name is Evan Duff and I am the president here of this beautiful college. I want to provide you with 3 reasons why any student would want to choose North Carolina Wesleyan College to attain their bachelor's degree. There are many reasons, but I'll provide 3. First is our family atmosphere. We truly believe that every student, staff, faculty member, and even our community members are part of our family. And we care about them. We want to make sure that they succeed in life and we provide them with the opportunities to do that. Second is our holistic approach to developing our students. First is their mind. With rigorous academic programs, active learning opportunities, and research opportunities with faculty, we want to develop the minds of our students. Physically, we want to make sure that there are opportunities for students to have healthy bodies. And so we have intramural sports, we have training facilities, we have athletic Division III programs, all of which help to develop the bodies of our students. And then spirit. So we have multiple opportunities for faith development in informal and formal ways. We do feel that faith development is an important part of a student's journey. But with that said, we accept students from all backgrounds, all faiths, all cultures, and we just ask them to explore what faith means to them and choose what that means to them. And then the last thing is we have core values here that we stand by and live by. And I'll share 4 of those with you: knowledge, understanding, kindness, and empathy. And I think over this last year, we all know that kindness and empathy are such an important part of who we are as Americans, and it's important for students to be a part of that, and our faculty and staff live that. So here are the 3 top reasons why you should choose North Carolina Wesleyan College, and I hope that you do. Come visit. If you're on the fence, you're not sure, you're undecided about your college choice, come visit the campus and you'll see these 3 things lived out. Congratulations on that next step in your career, and we look forward to seeing you.
All right, I am now going to turn it over to Dr. Molly Wyatt to give you guys an academic overview.
Good evening, everybody. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on campus right now. We are currently in the midst of our 6th full face-to-face traditional semester here at North Carolina Wesleyan College. We are very blessed to be in this far with having very little incidents of COVID-19 here on our campus. We began our traditional fall semester on Wednesday, August 19th. And then we are ending it right before Thanksgiving, so the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We eliminated fall break, and then we have adopted a very thorough, detailed response plan to COVID-19, which includes wearing a mask, reducing density, and being distanced. So we have been doing extremely well with managing, mitigating, and preventing COVID-19 on our campus. Now I'll talk to you a little bit about what I oversee in terms of academic programs, majors, and minors. So we are a liberal arts college. We have a 41 credit hour liberal arts-based general education curriculum. We have requirements within that curriculum that are in math and science, social sciences, and natural and physical sciences. Also the humanities, writing, international studies, and ethics. So that 41 semester hour program will give you a foundation that lays within you the groundwork for our major student learning outcomes, which include reading, writing, analytical reasoning, critical thinking, and these are very important components of a liberal arts-based education. On top of your 41 semester hour liberal arts program, you will have the opportunity to select a major, maybe even more than one major, or a minor. We have 30 majors and 32 minors. We have 12 BA programs in the liberal arts and sciences, and then we have 20 BS or professional or clinical programs. 3 majors of ours have BA and BS options, so biology, chemistry, and mathematics have a couple of degree program options that make it flexible for you to determine how you want to approach those disciplines. And then we also have specialty programs such as the Taylor Crocker Honors Program. We have an Army ROTC program, and then we also have a robust college band program that's affiliated with our music production program as well. I want to talk to you a little bit and actually brag about our faculty. We have world-class faculty here at North Carolina Wesleyan College. We currently have an 18-to-1 faculty to student ratio, small class sizes with a nurturing environment. This has been the case this year so far with faculty really chipping in to help with COVID-19 prevention, management, mitigation, and it's really, they've prioritized the personal over the academic, and that has been something that's been really helpful, but that's part of our family atmosphere. That's what we believe in here. We currently have 63 full-time faculty. 13% of our faculty represent racial and ethnic minorities. That's something that's very important to North Carolina Wesleyan College, and we're very proud of that. 89% of our faculty have terminal degrees in their field, So they have the furthest training they can have in their particular discipline. And then 50% of our faculty are tenured. So it's a really interesting mix of people who've been here for a while to establish tenure and those who are kind of new to teaching. So our tenured faculty have demonstrated at least 5 years of full-time teaching experience, excellence in teaching, have outstanding records of service to the college and community, and are actively engaged in scholarship in their fields. I'll go over briefly a little bit about our Student Success Center and academic support initiatives. Taylor Stone will be talking about that more in depth, but we do have a first-year experience program that socializes and onboards students to the Wesleyan experience. And we also have a number of support initiatives ranging from academic coaching to writing and math assistance centers. And then we have full service disability services, including accommodations planning and testing options. And our library, I also like to brag about our library. So some campuses, you know, their student union is the place to hang out. Here at North Carolina Wesleyan College, our library is what we call the campus third space. So if you are not in your room or your apartment or not in class, you're likely in the library. And it is a great place to collaborate. We have a collaborative zone and a quiet zone. And we also have an internet cafe that serves a variety of snacks and coffee options for students who are studying either collaboratively or by themselves. We have a lot of individual computer workstations, and we also have a mobile computer lab. So if you're not bringing your own laptop to college, we have you covered in terms of being able to provide you with those resources to do your work independently. We have a flex classroom in the library, so some teachers like to mix it up and seat students in a circle or in group work, and so we have movable, flexible seating options in this flex classroom, and it's a very popular option for faculty to teach in, as well as used for student groups. We have a ton of ebooks and electronic periodical databases, so for a small liberal arts college, we can compete with most of the other larger universities in our state and in our region with the number of scholarly literature that students can access, which is really important when students are engaging in research with their faculty. We also have a media lab and a professor who helps train students in media equipment function, and so that's something that's picking up in popularity, especially now with some of our virtual learning assignments that has really helped students. And then we also have a maker space or a 3D printer, which is fun for students to engage with as well. And now I will hand it off to Taylor Stone, who's our Director of Student Success and First Year Experience.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. It's great to be here, and it's so great to not see you guys, but at least I get to talk to you all. So I just want to spend a few moments talking about our Student Success Center here at North Carolina Wesleyan. So our main 6 areas to cover are first year advising, first year experience, academic support services, freshman advantage program, academic intervention services, and veteran services. So academic advisors. So our office houses all first year advisors. Aren't they cute? So this picture was taken pre-COVID. That's why we're so close together. But we do work with first year students all throughout their first year to help guide them and just be a good advocate for them. And so we love working with our students. We all have a load of about, some of us have 20, some of us have about 50 students. And so we work with them all year long. And so we provide student support. We help with major selection. If a student decides to change their major 5 times, we work with them through that. We help them pick courses so that they stay on the right track toward graduation. And we are also first year seminar instructors, but more on that in a moment. So the first year experience program is run through our office. And these again are pre-COVID pics. And so it's designed to help students transition through from high school to college. So because we know it's a big transition. And so some ways that we aid in that transition are our first year mentors. So I often describe them as your ready-made friend when you get here. So a first-year mentor is assigned to every advisor, and that mentor works with the advisor to help offer some student support to the students, because we know sometimes there are things that a student feels more comfortable asking another student instead of a staff member. So they're a wonderful help, and they accompany us in our College 103 course. So College 103, it's our first year seminar course. It's worth 1 credit hour, and every freshman takes it in their first semester of college. And it just kind of helps get you acclimated. It's a safe space to ask questions that maybe you would think upperclassmen think are a little silly, but it just kind of gives students a chance to learn together about Wesleyan. We focus on 3 major areas: just the foundational information, Bishop Foundations, life management, and then we even start with some career development at the end of the course. And then Westway programming. So this kind of varies throughout the year. Parts of the year, we focus really heavily on our social media campaigns and creating fun videos with our mentors that students can watch and learn more about Wesleyan. And then we transition more into workshops after that to help give some support after College 103 ends at the end of the fall semester. And then orientation. So once you decide to be a bishop and you've deposited, we'll start talking to you about your orientation. So we have parts of it that happen in the summer. So that's part 1, and then part 2 in August when you actually come and move in. And so we've designed both parts to give you information, and the second part is always the most fun because you're moving in and making friends. So look forward to that once you deposit. Then we have academic support services. So our peer tutoring, math lab, and writing lab are available to all students, and it's free. I think that's everyone's favorite fact about tutoring. So our peer tutors have demonstrated academic excellence in the courses that they tutor. And so that's how they're selected, they're trained, and they work certain hours, and then students can go and visit them and receive help in their courses. Certain classes automatically have a tutor embedded in them. We call them supplemental instruction leaders, so that they are there in every single class, taking notes with the students and helping students the entire time. We also have 3 professional tutors that are employed by Wesleyan that come back and they help with some of our more difficult courses. And then all of our students have access to Smart Thinking, which is an online tutoring service that's available more hours of the day and even some in the middle of the night. So some of our students who are night owls enjoy Smart Thinking. Then we have Freshman Advantage. So this is our conditional acceptance program run through the Student Success Center. So this provides additional support to students who were admitted through that program. And so part of that starts in the summertime with a summer bridge week. So we kind of help students get really prepared, let them know what they should expect when they come. We do some reviews of math and writing because for some people it's been a long time since they graduated and they need that extra review. We focus on study skills and some team building. So they already have really close relationships before school even starts if you're a part of this program. They create academic action plans with their advisor, and they have regular advising appointments. So they follow a pretty strict schedule of meeting with their advisor that ends up being very beneficial. And they have access to special speakers and special opportunities in the community through that program. Academic intervention services. So these are through our office as well. So we want to intervene whenever we see a student who might be going off track a little bit and needs some help to get back on track and back in good academic standing. And so we do that through our early alert system. So our staff and faculty can always raise an alert on a student if we notice that they're having some attendance concerns, or maybe if they've had some health issues, or if they're just not acting like themselves, we can raise an alert and get them help immediately. We can get them linked up with a tutor, whatever it takes. So these alerts go to the appropriate offices on campus, and we're able to process them from there. We also provide additional support for students who fall below a 2.0 GPA. We want to help them get back on track and get above that 2.0 mark very quickly. And then we also have academic workshops that we tailor toward academic intervention. And then last, but certainly not least, are our veteran services. So Wesleyan for several years has always had the military friendly school distinction. In our office is a big wall of pieces of support and just resources. And our veteran benefits processing and guidance happens through here with Laura Brown. She's just excellent and a great support and a great resource for families that are using VA benefits. They also host exciting student activities, so veteran meet and greets, a nationally recognized chapter of the Student Veterans of America. We just had Constitution Day and had a few students get registered to vote for the first time. And we're planning Veterans Day, something special for Veterans Day. So they're an awesome part of the Student Success Center. So this has just been a brief overview of what we do. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you here at Wesleyan soon. This is some of our contact information. Always feel free to reach out to us and follow us on social media. Now, Ms. Leah Hill, our Director of Financial Aid.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Leah Hill, our Director of Financial Aid here at North Carolina Wesleyan College, and I'm excited about you all who are participating to learn a little bit more about Wesleyan this evening. Let's go ahead and get started, and the first thing that pops up is 99%. So 99% of our students here at Wesleyan receive some sort of financial assistance towards their costs. So you want to know, how do I be part of that number? Well, first you need to go ahead and complete a FAFSA. And today is the day, October 1st, is when you can actually go ahead and complete your FAFSA for 2021, 2022. Wesleyan does not require an additional financial aid application. You might have some documents you need to do later, but we do not require additional application in order for you to at least be considered for financial aid. A lot of times I'll hear in our office students who are thinking, I don't know whether or not I can even get any financial aid. So I want to go through a few myths that are common that we have heard over the years. So number one, only students with certain grades will actually get financial aid. As I mentioned before in our very first slide, 99% of our students receive some type of financial aid. So regardless of whatever your grades is, I encourage you for you to complete that FAFSA form so you can see what type of financial aid you could receive from the institution. Some people will also say that my family makes too much money to get financial aid. As I mentioned in our very first slide, and a second ago, 99% of our students are receiving financial assistance. So they're all getting some type of financial aid regardless of what the income of your family happens to be. And then a third common myth is that I'm an undocumented student, so I can't get financial aid. And I'll say it one time, 3 is a charm, that 99% of our students are receiving some type of financial aid, including those who are undocumented students. So here's our costs for our 2020-2021 year. We'll be updating that with the new amount for 2021-2022 in probably a few weeks. But for this year, our students were paying a total of $44,426. And that would include tuition, their room, if they're in a double room, their board, meal plan, and then a few of the fees from activity, wellness, and technology. But I want to really go ahead and zero in on that very last one, which says books, and that says free. And everybody loves something that's free. So our books are already included in our cost. We are not trying to burden anyone with having to figure out first, how am I going to, if you happen to have a balance, how am I going to pay for the tuition, room and board and the fees? And then also, how am I going to pay for books? We want our students to be successful. So we include that in our cost. So therefore our students can have the books that are necessary on that first day of class. The different types of financial aid that we use here are similar and in other colleges and universities. We use loans, scholarships, grants, as well as work study employment to make up a financial aid package for our students. And the sources of our financial aid for our students can come from the federal government, which usually is the largest, the state, any private sources or employer, and then of course from the college as well. And this is an example of our financial aid award letter. So we try and break it out for you. We want you to be clear It needs to be upfront to let you know how much could it possibly cost me to attend Wesleyan. And again, we know that 99% of our students are receiving something, but we want to make sure that you know exactly what your cost could possibly be. So we detail out our award letter of putting your direct costs, your grants and scholarships, and then possibly estimated costs that you might have to pay for that year. And then there's some additional information that we'll also provide for you. But we want to make sure that we're clear and upfront and let you know exactly what it could look like. And of course, we all know special circumstances, things that are just a little unusual that you didn't expect for them to happen. We are currently, in COVID-19, so no one I think ever expected for that to happen. So we understand that in our aid office, and we understand that things can change from one year to the next, and sometimes from 1 month to the next. So if you have any of these type of special circumstances, some of these that are up here, unusual uncovered medical expenses, loss of employment, a parent or a spouse death, or what have you, or possibly something else that may not be listed up here, please just contact our office and then we'll help you through that process. And then that's our contact information. So if you have any additional questions after this, I know sometimes people don't always like to ask the financial questions online, but if you have any additional questions, please feel free to give our office a call. There's also the information from our business office, and we also have veteran benefits on there as well. I know Ms. Taylor Stone spoke about it in the Student Success Center, but sometimes that does have a financial impact on your cost here at the college. So if you have any questions for Ms. Laura Estes, she can help you out as well. Okay, and then next we will have our admissions overview from Stephanie Stallings.
All right, guys, we're going to end today with, like Leah Hill said, we're going to go over an admissions overview for y'all. So we do operate under a rolling admissions calendar. So what that means is we don't necessarily have a deadline for our application. However, we do encourage students to fill that out as soon as possible, just because at the end of the day, class sizes and housing will fill up quickly. So the three most important things that we will need from you, we'll need for you to submit your application, to submit your official SAT or ACT test scores, and then of course your high school transcript. Now for our 2021-2022 class, we have decided to go test optional. So tests have been waived for those students who have been unable to take the SAT or ACT at all. And then of course, please remember that our application is free and has no essay attached to it. So it's super easy to complete, really only takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And then of course, to qualify for our regular admissions, you will need to have a 2.5 GPA, an 850 SAT, or a 15 ACT. And then like Taylor Stone said, we do have our Freshman Advantage program that starts at a 2.1 with a sliding scale. And all that will require is a contract and as well participation in our Summer Bridge program. And also those are for students who fall below our regular standards, but still have potential to succeed here at North Carolina Wesleyan College. So here's a list of some of our merit-based scholarships. So we have our presidents, our deans, our Wesleyan, and our Bishop Opportunity Award. So if you meet the requirements to the right with your GPA and then either or test score, so either your SAT or ACT, you will automatically and annually qualify for that scholarship. And then as well, we have our top scholarships, which are our Heritage and our Trustee. So if you meet the requirements with your GPA and test scores, you need to come in for a set of interviews in order to potentially receive those scholarships. And then here are some of our additional special distinction and participation awards. So just please be mindful, from this group, you can only receive $2,000 in scholarship money. So for example, since we are affiliated with the Methodist Church, if you are a member of a United Methodist Church, you can receive a $2,000 scholarship for that. However, that would be the only one from this list that you could receive. So next, we would like for you to meet our wonderful team, and we'll start off with Miss Ashley Anderson, who is represented in the blue territory. So her territory includes the western states of the United States, as well as the western counties of North Carolina, along with our local territories of Wake, Franklin, Nash, and Wilson and Edgecombe County. And then we have Adrian Moore, who is represented in the Orange Territory, and he has all of the southern states of the United States, as well as the southern counties of North Carolina. Then we have Jason Letchworth, who is in charge of all of our transfer students. And as well, we have Alex Rodriguez, who is in charge of all of our international and football students. And he also holds the U.S. territory for Puerto Rico. And then last but certainly not least, we have me, and I am represented in the green territories, and my territory includes the northeastern states of the United States, as well as the central to northeastern counties of North Carolina. Lastly, of course, we do highly encourage you schedule a visit. You can follow the link in this slide in order to schedule your visit today. We are currently offering on-campus as well as virtual visits, and coming on campus can really help you solidify your college choice. So while you're on a visit, you can take a tour of our beautiful campus. You can meet with your admissions counselor. You can meet with a professor. And as well, you can also meet with a coach if you're interested in playing a sport. But of course, like I said, we do highly encourage you to come on campus. We would love to see your face. And like I said, you can schedule your visit through this slide. And then lastly, here's everyone in the panel's contact information. So if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to contact us. But I believe we're going to go in now into a Q&A session. So we'll go ahead and open that up for questions, I believe. All right, if there are no further questions, we'll just go ahead and end this session. But like I said, we look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for attending this session. And we also look forward to seeing you on campus soon. Thanks.
All right, thank you for joining us this evening. After you close your window, there should be a quick 4-question survey that should appear, and we would encourage you to fill that item out. Lastly, encourage you to sign up for more sessions via the CACRAO website and find the recording also located on the same website. Take care and have a wonderful evening.